minutes behind. I was gonna go outside with it, you know, due to some things going through, you know. Uh, I couldn't go to where I wanted to go to do something last year on the weekend. We did something special for my mom at a local beach, but I definitely want to come and commemorate her, not only to myself and for myself, but to the world. I want to tell y'all who my mother was. Yesterday made technically 13 years since she passed on from this life. Um, on record, April 19th, 2010 is when she actually passed by record. But my mother, I mean, she was amazing. Pretty natural long hair. Anybody that knew my mom knew that she had some pretty hair. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting hot. Um, mom, uh, mom loved basketball. She was a Chicago Bulls fan. As you can see, that makes her a Jordan fan. My mom, ever since I was a young boy, she raised me up strict. You get what I'm saying? Strictly. She'll wake me up in the middle of the night. Hey, boy, go wipe that toilet seat off, or stop leaving the toilet seat down, or dump the bathroom trash, or wipe the water off the counter. My mother did those type of things, and I remember being about 8 years of age, and I say, well, Mom, why you doing, why I got to do all this? And she said, she always said, well, one day I'm not going to be here, but she said, I'm preparing you one day for a wife. So I've been ready-made ever since I was a little boy. You know what I'm saying? Thanks to my mother, you know what I'm saying? Uh, my dad was a provider too, but this is for my mom. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Mother's Day is every day to me because my mom's physically not living anymore. She lives in spirit. So I can't pick up and just call mom and tell her the good news, although she witnesses it in the spirit. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I don't get that physical tangibleness, you know, and it's no fault of hers, no fault of mine. Uh, she completed her assignment with God. And so, you know, just really just celebrating her life. My mom loved, you know, she loved family. She always told me, you know, about family, you know, that we should talk it out, we should work it out. Mom was on that. You know what I'm saying? She was the big mama of the family. The big family cookouts. Guess who house they took place at growing up? Our house, my mother's house. You know what I'm saying? That's who mom was, you know. And, you know, my mother was my best friend. So ever since I was a little boy, we just had an unbreakable bond, you know. I remember, um, you know, there was this movie that came out when I was a child, Bodyguard, Whitney Houston, and what's the guy's name? Uh, I forget his name. He was her bodyguard in the movie. And, you know, if you remember the guy's name, put it in the comments. I know his name, but it's just not, I can't get a, I can't seem to get it out right now. But as early as those times when that movie came out, mama would tell me as a younger, like, hey, you're my bodyguard. You know what I'm saying? Um, Mom taught me how to be a protector at an early age. You know, uh, yeah, mom was amazing. Some other things about my mom, she was a hard-working woman, very creative. My mom did not only her taxes every year, mathematically she was a genius. She did the taxes of her coworkers, former coworkers, people in the neighborhood. My mom was good with math. So you want to know where my mathematician skills come from? Dad's good in math too. And mom was good as well. My mom liked she liked several songs. I mean, these were her songs, teary-eyed up songs. She liked Yolanda Adams. I think the name is "Open Up My Heart." She loved it. And I didn't even like that. Whitney Houston, "I Love the Lord." And one song that I always loved from my mother, I used to sing to her, "Sent from Heaven," by Keisha Cole. And that song came out maybe a year or two before she passed. But yeah, my mom used to like that Yolanda Adams song, love it. Um, Alone in a Room, that song right there. It's just me and you. I'm so lost. Yeah, I know Yolanda Adams. I don't know what to do. So what if I choose the wrong thing to do? I'm so afraid. I might be getting the words right, I don't know. So afraid of disappointing you. So I need to talk to you. Yes, I do. And ask you for your guidance, especially today. When my world seems a little bit cloudy, Lord, guide me into love show. I open up my heart. And my mom loved that song. Every time it came on, she teary-eyed. So show me how to do things your way. Come on. Don't let me make the same mistakes over and over again. And your will be done. And I'll be the one to make sure. Something like that. And with you, I don't have any doubt. My mama loved that song. Yes. You know what I'm saying? My mom had an open heart. She was cool with everybody from the neighborhood. Not to try to fit in. My mama was her. She was a peacemaker. You know, quite opposite of what she was. She was always a peaceful person. Even her siblings would tell us when she was a child, she never got in a fight for herself. I think she said one time she got in a fight for herself. She got a good grade on the paper and the girl ripped it up and she beat the bricks off the girl at elementary school. But my mom would tell me a lot of her fights came from fighting for her siblings, you know what I'm saying? Her loved ones. But when she became older, she became a peacemaker. Uh, thank God for that. And, a lot of people would overlook my mother because, she wasn't the typical when I was born, a 30 or 40-year-old. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't a clubber. She was a stay at home, you know what I'm saying, parent. I mean, if she wasn't at work, she was at home. We always knew where our mother was. You know what I'm saying? We never had to doubt. Mama didn't choose the club. She chose us. And I'm grateful of that. So I celebrate her life today. Today, on record, makes 13 years since her passing. Yesterday, technically, was the last time that I had spoken with her 13 years ago. And she actually passed on the night of April 18, 2010. So I commemorate her on both days. I commemorate her every day. But I give a little extra, a lot extra, on the 18th and the 19th every year. For 2 years in a row, I went to my home church, and my mom was 54 when she passed, and I would sow a seed of 54 to my home church. Unfortunately, this year, I ain't in a predicament to do that. But nonetheless, her legacy carries on through her children, myself and my two sisters, that and our children, which will be my mother's grandchildren. And my mama had passed before my children were born, but nonetheless, and one of my sister's children too. So, but nonetheless, she lives with us for forever. But yeah, she loved that song by Yolanda Adams. I always catch it by the phrase, "Open up," but that's not the actual name of the song. This was my mother's jacket, by the way. In 2007, when I went away for college in 2006, but I came home for one break, and I was still working at Foot Locker, and I had a pair of sevens. I traded them in because I never wore the sevens. I took them. It was some black sevens. They got purple, a little cheese orange in them. They was dope. But I couldn't find nothing to wear with it back then, and I wasn't wear a plain tee with tennis shoes back then. And I remember taking those back to Foot Locker where I worked back home in Virginia. I was in college in Carolina and exchanging them for a Jordan sweatsuit. It was this and the pants, and it was $150. And I got it for my mom. You get what I'm saying? I didn't want the shoes, so The shoes just sat. They sat for like 4 months while I was at college. I couldn't even sell them. Surprised nobody stole them at the college I was going to at that time. But this was my mother's jacket. So you ever see me sporting this? I'm not sporting this because I buy Jordans. I ain't bought Jordans since I was like in my early 20s. I sport it because my mother, this was my mother's jacket, you know, and anything that my mom had gave me, I like got my Dallas Cowboy blanket that I got, you know what I'm saying? It's in my bedroom now. You know, my mother bought me that when I was in elementary school. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go grab it. I'll be right back. My mother bought me this when I was in elementary school. I still got it. Everything that my mom bought me, if it didn't destroy itself or like, what do they call? If it didn't like, how can I put it? Get ruined, I still have it. You get what I'm saying? This blanket, this jacket. Be right back. But yeah, I still have that blanket. I still have this jacket. And I got some other things too. I got my mom's old crock pot. This crock pot, since we was children, everywhere I moved, I've gathered and brought the crock pot with me. And I probably got to show y'all my cabinet. I don't feel like pulling it down. But yeah, I'll put it down. Put it down for moms. I still have her crock pot that she cooked with. I broke the knob on it, but I cooked with it maybe like a year or two ago. I still got my mother's crock pot. You know what I'm saying? We talking since early 90s. I've kept it. You know what I'm saying? It's dear to me. But you know, let's go to another song. My mom loved that song. She loved that song by Whitney Houston. I love the Lord. You know, and I so wanted one of my cousins to sing it at her homegoing service, at my mom's homegoing service. But I didn't know that cousin was going to be there. Turns out she was there. The person who sung at my mom's funeral song, I Won't Complain, because my mom didn't complain. She really didn't. My parents, none of my parents complained. Like I got more than two. But my father didn't complain either. Big shout out to my dad. He's still living. He's 82. He'll be 83 in July. But yeah, my mom, born April 30th, 1955. So she passed 2 weeks before her 55th birthday. She was 54. But my mom loved that song by Whitney Houston, I Love the Lord. So I'm going to hit a couple of that. I said a couple of that. I'm going to hit a little bit of that. You know what I'm saying? My phone's trying to die shortly. So I just want to commemorate her life today. I love the Lord. He heard my cry. I forget the words. And I forget the words. I always like make up something right there. As long as I live, something like that. As troubles, I think it's come arise, come thee, I'll hasten to his throne, something like that. I hasten to his throne. But she loved that song. I hasten to his throne. You know what I'm saying? And my mom loved that song. That was her favorite song. That Whitney Houston. I love the Lord. He heard my cry. Hey, I want to tell y'all this. If you have a mother Woo! You know what I would give to have my mother back for a day, for a minute. Get what I'm saying? Cherish your mothers, y'all. And it's true. Mamas, y'all know the phrase, I brought you in this world. That was a phrase my mama used to always say. Y'all know the rest of that phrase. I brought you in this world and I'll take you out. And you know, I don't know any mother that actually took her own child out where we grew up, but it got close. I done seen some things. It got close. My mama had a mean backhand. When I was in 5th grade, decided I wanted to talk back. It got close a couple times. Couple close calls. But yeah, when I got older, strong enough to maybe resist my mom, I never hit my mom. I never held her hand back from hitting me. These children now, you try to hit your mother and hold her hand back. No, I took off and I blocked my door. I barricaded my room door for about a night till she cooled off. And yeah, so never lift the hand of my mom. I never cussed at my mom. Not that I remember. You know what I'm saying? I probably mumbled something under my breath, but nah, I had that. My regards for our mother was so, I say my, but you know, it was 3 of us. My regards for my mom was just always high. But yeah, so Yolanda Adams, Open Up My Heart, I Love the Lord. My 2 songs, it's actually 3 songs when they come on, I think about my mom's. But a little more about my mom. My mom was the team mom. When I played rec league football, she made sure the coolers was out there for the whole team. You ask the cats I played at the boys club with, or the Pirates with in baseball, or AAU basketball. You know, AAU basketball was my mom and Steve Fidget's mom. But in football, my mom got an award for team mom one year. She always made sure them Huggies was out there, cooled off and chilled for the team, coolest. And I'm not saying she did it every year by herself, but from when I was 6 to the time I finished A-League football, which was maybe about age 13 and a half, 14, before I went and played JV in high school, my mom was there. You know, both of my parents was present, but my mom was there. Get off work, prep up, bring it out to the team. And a couple of years, starting out early in football, I didn't even play much. But my mom had them snacks out there. She had them Huggies. You know, occasionally it might have been a Gatorade. But yeah, that was my mom. She was a big-hearted lady. My mom would bring fiends from off the street into our house, get them a nice hot meal, let them take a shower or a bath, and spend the night on our living room floor. That was my mother. My mother saw the best in people. That was my mother. And I've had my fair share. Myself and my siblings, we have huge hearts, but not quite like our mom. You get what I'm saying? My mom was an angel. Earth angel, will you be mine? My darling, you. Something like that. Love you all the time. I'm just a fool in love with you. That came from what movie was that? The 5 Heartbeats or The Temptations? I want to see if y'all know. But yeah, my mother, I know. My mother, that's who she was. She was an earth angel. But before we go, we coming upon 20 minutes. My mother, man, y'all have to listen to some of my songs. I talk about her so much. She, man, irreplaceable, you know. My mom, and this is advice to any mother out there, my mother would never let myself and my dad go with a grudge. Every time my dad and I had a falling out, you know, especially in high school, we'll go a couple days without talking, maybe a couple weeks. My mom, she kept things together. Get what I'm saying? She'll let me know when I come home from school or football practice, basketball, baseball practice, whatever it was. Hey, your daddy asked about you. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, she'll say, call your dad. And I did. I was obedient to my mom. I remember in high school, before my dad retired, I went out to see my dad. I think we hadn't talked for about a month because my mother told me how much he asked about me. And my dad, for the longest time, he never knew how to say sorry, apologize. Now, he's done it since the passing of my mom, and so have I. But my mama kept us together. And if you are a mother and you're not bitter and you got that heart that God puts on people, you will make sure that your child, especially sons, are cool with the dads. Not cool like, yo, got to be homies, but you are the mender. That's why God gave you that special gift. That's why a woman can carry babies and have babies, because God gave y'all something extra. You know what I'm saying? Mamas, y'all got to help mend these bonds. Stop blaming, the dad. Yeah, let God handle the dad. But fix that bond. Be that bridge. Stop being bitter. Practice forgiveness. It takes a while. The scars are still there. I would never know a woman's scars. But dads need to be in the lives of their children. And for those knuckleheaded fathers, moms, y'all got to put that extra sauce on that thing, on whatever God puts on your heart to mend that situation. And let that child be in that dad's life, and let that dad be in that child's life. God will show you a way, a peaceful way, give you a peaceful resolve. God will show you a way, give you a peaceful resolve. But yeah, I commend my mom on that. I ain't want no baby mama drama when it came to myself and my pops. I can say that. So, moms, I'm rooting y'all on. Before I go, them other two songs I named, Sent from Heaven. I used to freestyle rap to Sent from Heaven, I wanna be. I used to freestyle rap that to my mother. But look, I don't know when this Anthony Hamilton song came out, but the name of the song is Charlene. And every time that song come on, it's on my phone too. Baby, I'll be sitting here waiting for you to call my name. I think it goes something like that. I won't leave. Promise I'll be here till the very end. And by your side, to protect you and to love you and to be with you for life. Love this song. Come on home to me, Charlene. My mother's name was Charlene. And baby, sitting here waiting for... Hey, that boy Anthony Hamilton can sing. I'll be waiting. I can get it. I won't leave. I'm falsettoing like a champ right now. I won't leave. Promise I'll be here to the very end. And by your side, to protect you and to love you and to be with you for life. I can get it when I want it. Come on home, this for mama, to me, Charlene. Yeah. But yeah. And one other song, when my mom passed, you know sometimes you hear a song and you got a crazy connection to it. The year my mom passed, 2010, April 2010, was the same year Michael Jackson, maybe the year after Michael Jackson passed, or the same year. But anyway, whatever year it was, Katy Perry had that Teenage Dream song. And it was a hot summer that summer. It was the hottest summer we had in Virginia in a while. So you make me feel like I'm living a teenage dream. That song, I can get your heart racing in my skin tight. Those lyrics have nothing to do with my mother. It's the fact that that song came out that year, and I was just doing a lot of driving, I was hurting, y'all. I was in the depression for 6 years, and nobody knew. I didn't even know, all right? Until 6 years later, carrying on. I was still in college, moving, staying in school, because I promised my mom I would finish college, and I did. You know what I'm saying? Promised my dad I would finish college, and I did. All the hard work they put in to see to that I made it there. You know what I'm saying? Ever since I was a little boy. But yeah, that song by Katy Perry, Teenage Dream, came out that year. It probably came out 2009, but it was definitely played a lot that summer on the radio. And if you ever seen that video, she's in the car driving past pastures of, green pastures. And yeah, big lands of grassy lands, pastures. So that's PASTURES. U-R-E. That's the teacher side coming out on me. But yeah, so that's a lot about my mom. My mom was a phenomenal basketball player. I don't think I was ever as good as my mom. My sisters, one of my sisters was real good in basketball. My son likes basketball. I'm sure he'll love it too. Hold on, y'all. But yeah, mom, Charlene, Larice, that was my mother. I ain't gonna say her last name. Those who know my mom know her last name. And I know this is going public on the internet, but y'all gonna know about my mama. Because if it weren't for my mother, I'm telling you, I wouldn't be here. Of course, if it wasn't for my dad, if it wasn't my parents, period. But if it weren't for mama, mama stuck around when daddy and I didn't get along. Mama stuck around when I ain't have friends. Mama stuck around whether I was broke or not. Mama stuck around. Mama heard those conversations that I couldn't take to nobody else. You get what I'm saying? Mama had open heart surgery when we was in ninth grade, announced dead, and she was, brought back to life and lived to tell us about the real out-of-body experience. And it wasn't medicine talking. My mama told us. So when her permanent passing happened, she was already prepared for it. She prepared us for it. I had no regrets for my mom. Have no regrets. So if you got a mother, spend time with your mother. Sing to your mother. Clean the house, even if you don't live in the house anymore. Voluntarily do stuff for her. Take initiative, for real. That's your mama. And as you all know, you only get one. That's all I want to say about my mother, commemorating her passing 13 years ago. I love you, baby. I know in the spirit I'm saying it because I know she physically not here. I'm grateful for the mother I had for 22 years. She passed when I was 22 years of age. Your baby boy's still here. I'm still going, and I'm going to continue carrying her torch. Make sure you carry your mother's torch too. And if your mother's, your daddy's, whoever brought you up and raised you up, you love on that person. Even if they birthed you and didn't raise you, you love on that person till you find a way. But especially for your mama, right? That song Tupac, Dear Mama. Dang. Mama made miracles every Thanksgiving. Come on, y'all. But that's it, y'all. Hope you have a great night. The legacy continues. Charlene. Baby, I'll be sitting here waiting for you to call my name. I gotta end with this song. I love the Lord. He heard my cry. Hey, I gotta find the words. So once I get it down pack, I'm gonna sing it at somebody's open mic, maybe in one of my sets. But I wish y'all a great night, y'all. Love on your mama, y'all. You only get one. Keep it there.